Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Cabinet of Mysteries. Today we're talking about Sad Satan. The story begins on June 25th, 2015, when YouTuber Obscure Horror Corner released a video covering Sad Satan. It was the first part in a multi-part Let's Play series of the game, in where they played through the game. Now, according to the creator, who's been identified only as Jamie, they claimed that an anonymous subscriber told them about the game, and based using their tip, they were able to download the game from the dark web, and that the creator of the game was known as ZK. But besides that, he did not give any information. Neither did they instruct players on how to download the game. And the version that they played is currently unavailable, as they never gave information on where on the darknet they found it or how they accessed it. Now, following this, the story was covered by multiple English-speaking publications online, as the story of Sad Satan gained much attraction on the internet, as it was allegedly a video game that had been downloaded from the dark web itself, which is host to stories and theories about all kinds of illicit criminal activity. Now, eventually, a link to a download page for Sad Satan was linked onto a 4chan thread on their paranormal war known as X. The thread was about Sad Satan itself, and somebody posted a link to a download page, and people downloaded this page and they played it, and it was Sad Satan. But the thing is, it included things that the YouTube version from Obscure Horror Corner did not have. First of all, it contained explicit images of mutilated bodies and child pornography. Alongside that, it was clear that it was malware, as many people noted that their computers heavily slowed down after downloading the game, and even gameplay-wise, the gameplay was different, as it featured sections that was not featured in your Obscure Horror Corner game, and the two were very clearly, obviously different games. Now, soon thereafter, the subreddit created on the website known as Reddit, covering this game, r/Sad Satan, released their own version, which removed all the photographs of mutilated corpses and photographs of child pornography from the game, and is a safe and legal version now that you can still play to this day. Now, soon thereafter, Obscure Horror Corner went silent, and there has not been a video in multiple years. So, now, some people believe that Sad Satan was created by Jamie themselves, as it all seems a little suspect that they allegedly downloaded it from the dark web and that some anonymous person told them about it. Of course, the fact that the first version that was playable to the general public featured such things led people to wonder, gave a little bit more credence to the idea that maybe this was a true game, and this is a real game from the dark web, as there are many stories surrounding the dark web, particularly stories, the idea that on the dark web, things such as human trafficking, child pornography, and the sale of illicit substances are common there. Of course, these aren't exactly true. These are actually even found on the surface web, which is what we are currently using right now. And so the idea that such a game would need to be hidden on the dark web seems a little unrealistic, as video games aren't really hosted on the dark web. They're used for they're not used for that kind of purpose. But whether or not Sad Satan really was a game for the dark web, and if Jamie had a hand in creating the version that was first playable, which many people suspect, or if it was a complete hoax made up by Jamie to get attention, as story of allegedly downloaded the game from the dark web with a username of ZK, being the person who developed the game, and being from an anonymous subscriber, seems suspect to many people. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got to say for today's episode. Bye, have a nice time.